Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide here to Banished. And I'm just kind of walking us up nice and slowly to a thriving settlement. We are still working on the chapel. We have 37 plus 4, 41 people, not bad. And we could make another house if we wanted to grow, but we have so many young people, I think we're okay. All these people are going to get stones and the like. You can see them marching off here. They know what's on the docket. Oh, and it is time. I forgot. We had just gotten some cows, so we're going to make a pasture. And the pasture size will dictate how many animals you can have inside it. But don't worry too much about it because you can split the pasture so that you can have multiple places growing or producing your animals and stuff. But for right now, we're just going to do something really simple. And that is, we can put in a pasture. It could even be, I don't know, right here next to the church if we really wanted it. And there's a minimum size, but it doesn't take much besides wood. Now, I'm going to build a pretty reasonable, like a decently large pasture right here. There. And then I'm going to take a road. And, you know, there's a little space that's left back here that's kind of curious, like what could we do with that? And this is not necessarily optimal. We can always change where some of these buildings are located and stuff, but I'm not overly concerned about this area. We could put a house here if we wanted, so these farmers could live even closer, you know? They'll be able to build this very easily. Firewood's low, but not horrible. She'll catch up. A little bit of stone over here, and let's not forget this iron. Alright, we got even more laborers coming in. Wonderful. I'm just going to put most of these people on building. You can see the pasture is getting blocked in. It's almost done, actually. The low on stone is not a surprise. Now, if we build houses over here, these people will have farther to walk to the market, but they would be close, like the chaplain, the rancher. They could live there if they wanted. I think we can actually fit two houses back here, which is interesting. Okay, so this is doing nothing. What we're going to do is we're going to put cows in here, and we will put one person to work on this. Now, so this can hold up to 6. You could adjust this slider to whatever you like, but we're going to keep it at max. And what this means is they will have babies, and eventually, once we get more than 6, they will be slaughtered. Now, you can make a much bigger pasture than this if you want, but for now, this is going to be just fine. You see the cows have moved in. Excellent. Now, we could get rid of this woodcutter. Now, why would we get rid of the woodcutter? Well, it's fine where it is because they can pull stuff from this and deliver it right here. That would just be so that we could build a road that went easily back to these houses. But then again, it's not the end of the world. I don't know if people can cut through any of this, but I do think it's funny, the idea of, you know, building a couple of houses back here for these farms. And we can pause this and pause this. Now, what I'm doing right here is not optimal. Okay, so I don't personally always play, as you can see, I am not a min-maxer, and sometimes I do things only for the purpose of just, you know, adding some personality or some quirkiness to our settlement. Get that road continuing in case anybody wants to get stone way over there. There is some stone here that we could tag, and I want to kind of see. Sometimes the pathing isn't always obvious to me, but if they can, you know, maybe come over here and go up there and get that. So 12, 39, yeah, still at 41. All right, we have more builders actually than we need. That's okay. Food is dipping. I can't deny that. We're going to grow crops, but population is thriving and food is starting to dip. So I'm going to put one laborer on gathering. If the number of babies goes down to 4 or less, I will prioritize building another house. Oh, is that some stone? Sure. Okay, so clothing is looking really badly. We're going through way more of it than I expected. So I'm going to put on one more hunter. This will eventually produce leather and stuff too, but we have to wait for a while. I sold a lot of clothes. Oh, wait. No. Excellent. Phew. Okay, let this be a lesson to you. I foolishly forgot to set the inventory back down. So we have a lot of extra stuff here that we don't need. Okay, thank goodness. Now, if you get so much resources, then you can afford to just keep stuff here, and then you could do permanent purchases, like where you don't even have to think about it. It just does it. But we don't have enough goods at the moment to consider that. However, I was going to say, I was like, boy, the clothes seem lower than they should be. It's just because I took all the clothes twice. I took the 30 and then took another 30. And they couldn't quite keep up with that, which is understandable. So now we have a ton of tools. Look at that. Chapel's almost coming in. It's great. All right. Okay, so now we're much better on clothes, firewood, and we could start to kind of stabilize a little here. Eventually, you will see that this lower number will start to go up as the cows grow and produce baby cows. We are one piece of stone away. Now, wait a minute. Now all the clothes disappeared again. Everybody took them, I guess. Interesting. Now we're back to 30. They might have taken them to the storehouse and then taken them to the market, and while they were in transit, they were like off the grid. Nah, this is all marked. They're just... There they go. There they go. So as much as I want to build these houses, because it's funny, I should probably build houses by the market. Now, the road is weird, so we can't build one exactly, but we can build one right there. And we have another trader here. What do you got? They have corn. So this is what I mean. Seeds are super expensive. 2,500 is insane. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot that we can really sell them. It's too bad. So we do want seeds like that, but we're going to have a bunch of extra clothes or coats or something. And we did it. We finished the church. So this is done. So we're going to scale back the builders, and we're going to put a cleric in right away. And one thing I like about the chapel is that when you click on it, it'll immediately tell you how many people you have, just overall, counts everybody up for you. So we have 42, and this bar fills up as we get to the max of how many people can be served by this, and I think it's 250. So this is going to last us for a long time. I'm building a lot of really, really big things that you don't have to necessarily build so fast, but it's fun just to get them plotted in for the purposes of the tutorial to show you how they work. And I mean, the chapel is providing happiness for people, and it's just one person that does this for 250 people, so it's pretty nice. All right, food is coming back up. Ale is doing amazing. Like, our booze situation is much, much better now that we've built all these fields of wheat. Okay, and this is done. So we don't have any projects being built. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build the hospital. Now, unfortunately, this is going to destroy our stone supply, but what can you do? And we are at 42 still. And a couple has moved into this new house. So these houses are indeed getting filled up. And people are starting to get old. So at this point, I am going to maybe drop in yet another house. All right, great. We've got 3 laborers. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to take a person off of this and see if indeed one educated employee can handle it. And I'll even just let the crops go, see if we can make it. But I'm curious. Okay, so now we're actually running low on iron and stone. So that's slightly scarier, but I do have a bunch of iron set to gather, and I'm going to get this iron as well. It's over here. Yeah, we have a bunch already on, so it'll be fine. Excellent. So one thing that we could consider, I'll look at the hunting lodge really quickly. So you could see that we're making this kind of like progress of 18 leather, 600 venison with this hunting cabin, which is fine. Now, people have said online that you can overlap these without too much impact, and that's pretty nice. But we might consider building another to keep up with the leather, but once these cows start making more cows, we'll be okay. We'll get some more leather from that as well. Yeah, people are having to move really, really far. But that's okay. Yeah, we're okay. Selling 30 clothing was a lot, but I really, really wanted to get cows. So one thing we can do too is, okay, a lot of people just came into the workforce. I'm going to give one more forester, and then I'm going to give the final gatherer right here, and maybe plot out another area to build a second forester's lodge, hunting cabin, and gatherer's hut, and storage barn kind of resource node. And it might be down here. This area, you could see there's animals. So, if we go... Yeah, there's animals here. The forest is what I'm really looking at. So let's go something like this. And then we're going to go Gatherer's Hut right next door. And we also want a forester's lodge. And a barn. As well as some houses. So this is kind of the blueprint for our next area. However, we're not there yet. We want to finish some other things before we get there. We've got this house to finish. We are working on our hospital. So we'll just take our time as those things happen. Let's see, how much did you produce last year? 410? We could make another, put on another fisherman if we wanted. We could also grow some more pumpkins. Yeah. I don't even have that much wheat. We might need some more wheat. I'll put everybody on building so they'll focus on gathering the supplies. Alright, we're going to keep our eyes on this. These people are both educated, so I'm actually going to fire somebody. And do that. Excellent. Reserve of firewood is low. It is. We're kind of running low, keeping everybody warm. Fair enough. There's a few trees here and there that we need to chop down. Get some more wood going in. How much firewood do I have? 103 stored total. Okay, that's good. Nah, people have 547 firewood in their homes, so they're doing okay. Hey, there we go. Look, we finally got a baby cow. So we have 3 cows here. And this hasn't produced anything yet. It won't until we get the max. And here we go. Nomads have arrived. So we can bring in nomads. And it will be 6 people to just join. However, we are not ready because I don't want them to bring in disease that we can't treat. So here's what we could do. I'm going to save it, right? And this will allow us to just demonstrate what happens if we allow them in without the hospital being built. Can we do this? So I will say sure. And let's see where they go. They go here. So there's 5 people who are of working age. They're immediately ready to work. And then there's a kid. Okay. So, I mean, that's an amazing influx of labor, right? They're all laborers at the moment, which is good. So we're just going to leave them on labor because we need a lot of stuff to be gathered. However, our food just got tapped, so I'll put 1 person on fishing. Just to help with that a little bit. And, I mean, if I wanted to just build another hunting hut, even without, I'm going to turn it on. So I'm going to be honest with you. They don't appear to be diseased. Now I don't know if that's going to reveal itself later, but as for now, they all of these nomads appear fine. Now on the Steam discussion boards when I was reading about the game, teaching myself the game, people said that they always came diseased, but I don't know if that's just like they were exaggerating or maybe in their experience, and maybe it's just a random chance. So I was anticipating that would not go well, but it seems to be okay. And which is one of the reasons why we wanted to build, not only have a town hall, but also why we started with the boarding house. We could immediately accept these people without a house for them, just drop them in, and they have a place to come in, and now we get a bunch of extra workers to help us fill out. Now, food is coming down, so we're going to need to really plan in some other things. So it is August, so the crops this year aren't going to do anything, but we can get them ready for next year. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, well, here's a fishing hut, and they're working to catch some fish. We could build another if we wanted some more fish, but we could also just build a field or two over here. So this one could be, right here. And then this one could be right here. This will be pumpkins, and this will be wheat. And I'm only going to put one farmer on each of these and see how that goes, but I am going to give you farmers. %100% yield. Now they need to take it off. We'll see if they can actually get it off before it dies, but this is the experiment. Let me just watch. We are at 47 people. One of these people, yeah, okay. So somebody died right here. Who was our cleric. They died of old age. And then somebody just replaced them as the cleric. So we lost a laborer. But that's why, remember, when people die, somebody will just step in immediately. And then I was wondering about our population, and you could see that we actually have 2 graves here. So we've lost 2 people total. And this tells you how many. This will hold 18 graves. So this should, keep us fine for a while. So this house has been built, and I think you see how there's only 4 people here. I think one of the nomads married somebody and moved into a house together. And our population is going down, so we certainly are ready now to, build just another house right here, perhaps, to keep the population going. However, it is a little concerning that our food is dropping. Now, I'm just going to, for 1 second, go all the way to 10x. And just see how this goes with getting all of these crops off the field with only 1 worker. Okay. This one is done. And this one too is done. So I'm going to check. This year it got 500. Previous year 728. Very similar. So you can see maybe we did lose a little bit by not having as many farmers on that. So either I'm not understanding something right, or the calculator was a little bit optimistic about, one farmer working it, but at the same time, we're doing okay. Oh, we finished. Okay, so we need somebody to be the physician, and we got somebody. Great. So we took in nomads. We've had some deaths. We got cows. We now finished the hospital, and we could turn off a lot of these builders to go be laborers and gather stone for us. But we also are starting to not dwindle on food, but it's dropping, which is why we're going to build this second gathering node for our food and try to get that online. And we've turned on a couple of more fields here. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. This is, again, we're okay, but we're making sure that this food doesn't go too far down, and the firewood is reasonable and things, and we have to just manage that, especially if we're going to take in nomads and continue to build houses. But this is why you have a bunch saved up for your food, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Take care.